Matchday match point number 1 focuses on Chris Morris, probably the number 1 all-rounder as far as the numbers go in this tournament in the absence of Andre Russell. He is Delhi's X-factor. Have they used him well enough? I don't think they'd say so after the way they went down against the Sunrisers a couple of nights ago. So, the batting record for Chris Morris. Strike rate of 161, yet he didn't come in when they really needed someone to go at 10-11 or 11-12 and over in the game against Hyderabad. Let's look at the bowling numbers too for Chris Morris before I throw it open to Brad and Ajit. And an average of 20, economy of 7.5, more than acceptable. He's also very good at the death. We've discussed that on one of our previous shows. Ajit, Chris Morris, so much talent, so much ability, and Delhi with their odd sort of philosophy don't quite know how to use him. How should they use Chris Morris? 45 seconds to you.
I mean, I don't think that's probably the right term, that they don't know how to use him, because they know clearly that he's their main player or the guy that the team probably revolves around. But they keep making silly mistakes. You just look at the history of this Delhi team. You look at them on paper, and they look they should be in the top 4 come the end of this league phase. But you know, they don't make the right decision. I mean, the classic case was the other night, sending Matthews ahead of a guy whose strike rate is over 160. You know, and I'm sure they've realized that mistake. They hopefully won't do that again. But you've got to again keep. Early part of this tournament, you try and use your form players as much as you can in the most difficult phases, because they are likely to get you over the line more than others.
Brad, we went hard at Delhi for the way they went about that chase the other night on the show. Would you call Chris Morris the best all-rounder in terms of ability and form in the tournament now? And what would you go with how Delhi could use Morris to make that team revolve around him, like Ajit said?
Well, there's no doubt that he is the best all-rounder going around. His economy rate in the death overs and also in the power play overs, I think, are up there with the best of any bowler. And when he comes out with a bat, he can destroy any attack. If you look at that stat that we just had, he scores a boundary every 5 balls, and that puts pressure on opposition bowlers. They are at the top of their mark thinking, right, I've got to get this right, otherwise the ball is going to disappear from Chris Morris's bat. He's just so destructive, and if you've got someone that's destructive with the bat, unless you've got Pant who's out in the middle, if Pant hasn't batted, Chris Morris has got to come in next, and you've got to give him time to settle. He's got to be in out the 13th over. He's your biggest weapon. Use your biggest weapon. If he gets out, then the likes of Matthews, Anderson have to step up.